Serenity, peaceful thoughts. Breathe in, breathe out. This is what it takes to like and share and enjoy the moment of the San Bernardino National Forest. YouTube, what's up YouTube? How's everyone doing? Everyone good? Everyone chill? Everyone safe? Everyone doing what they need to do? Keep the social distancing to a maximum. Keeping the hand washing to a maximum. Keeping the boredom to a minimum. Everyone been doing that? Hope y'all been doing it. Anyway, I'll let you know where I'm at right now. I'm actually on Route 1N09. But to get here exactly where I'm at, the spot that I'm actually shooting, it's where trail routes 1N09 and 1N13 meet. It's right where Bear Creek and Santa Ana River are. So Bear Creek actually comes from the San Bernardino. I mean, that would be let me see, what is that? That's Big Bear Lake. Yeah, Big Bear Lake, where that dam is. That water used to run down Bear Creek and run into the Santa Ana River. They plugged that up in the 1800s, I think, or late 1800s or early 1900s. So Bear Creek turned into a trickle. They had a flood, so it actually washed out. And there was a flood that washed, I think, in the 30s or 40s. So that whole area used to be completely flooded like a big marshland. Everything that I'm on right now, that used to be like underwater. So it's pretty cool. But now I'm getting to the trail, actually, the truck trail to get me out of the actual creek bed. If you keep on going north up Bear Creek, you will literally run into Snow Valley, because you're on that'd be the northern east peak. The northern west peak is Snow Valley, and then the northern east side would be where the dam would be. So, you know, it's real fun to get here. San Bernardino National Forest isn't that big. It's really not that big when you look at it. You can get lost, you can die out here, but entirely it's not like something ridiculous. It's kind of it's very manageable. Now I will say this, as you look down, if you keep on the right of your screen, you'll see the actual valley that I was in. That's all Bear Creek considered. Santa Ana River is a little further down, so just so you know. But yeah, man, it's an enjoyable experience out here. You can do free camping at your spared campsites. Just pack out what you pack in, as in trash wise. Please don't leave your trash there. I saw a lot of recyclables. You know, I picked them up as much as I can so I can take them home and recycle them. But please, people, come on, man, have some environmental awareness of your situation. Just don't litter. Now, I will say this is not BLM land, so do not shoot guns unless it's an authorized location, authorized spot, a shooting site. On BLM land, you can do target shooting legally. It has to be certain. You can't be away from away from civilization, from campgrounds, like over 200 yards or 200 feet or something like that. Anyway, but this is not BLM. This is a Forest Service land, so be careful with that. Go to appropriate sites to shoot. And I say that because there was some shells, 12 gauge shells. I saw some 9s, some 22s. You know, I'm just saying. You know, obviously no one's gonna hear you in the middle of nowhere. But just be aware. You know, if you're gonna litter, at least pick up your trash when you're done. A lot of broken glass because people are shooting all that. But anyway, I had a great time coming out. As you see, there was mud. This was actually a week ago. This was 2 weeks ago that I went. It took me time to edit this. I went and I had to cipher through all the videos, but we actually got rain, and all that mud you see, that's a fraction. Okay, because now after all that long week of rain Southern California had this last week, oh my God, I bet there's snow all over that bad boy. But I definitely want to get back there, either the end of this week or next week. But we'll see what happens. I do want to go back. I do want to go ride that. There is some stuff, but it's still cold outside, man. So I don't know what, you know, it's tough. It's cold out, and you're like, oh, man, this sucks. It's a little bit miserable sometimes. But actually, while I was going there, I had my fishing pole on my back. I had my all my fishing gear on. My fishing vest was on, and I had 3 poles on me. And so I was going quickly, but at the same time, I wasn't trying to go under any trees, because my 7.5 foot rod would actually start hitting trees and start bending. I didn't want to break a tip or anything like that. So, but yeah, it was a fun adventure. I parked my truck on the trail of 1N09, heading west about 11 miles from the actual place where I'm at. So I think it's called Seven Oaks. So right out Seven Oaks, I just left my truck right there, locked it up, took the bike down, and then started heading out. And I realized that the mud that I was going through, my truck wouldn't have made it for sure. There's parts in this video, if you look at it, there's like ridiculous amounts of mud where it's 20, 30, 40 feet long, and it's just because of all this rain. And if you don't have proper vehicle, oh, you're getting stuck for sure. Like I have one-wheel drive on my Tacoma, so it's an open diff in the rear, so the passenger rear side is getting all the traction, all the power, and everything else is just like it's whack, absolutely whack. So be smart when you come out here. Now if you come out here in May or June or July or anything later in the season, it'll definitely be a lot drier. But as you see, there's clouds out. It was raining, overcast, beautiful day to go fishing, nice and chilly willy. About 3-4 o'clock it started to get really cold. The sun went away in the mountains on the side, couldn't get any sunlight in the canyon. So just be smart. Definitely have some protection out there. I will say that there is cougars, there's pumas, there is bears, black bears, so foxes, coyotes, all that stuff. But pumas probably be the biggest threat to a human. They're a lot more sly, and the reason why I say there's pumas out here is there is deer. There's tons of deer. We've had some good rainfall last 2 years, so a lot of deer are born, man. A lot of does out there, and they just have a bunch of Bambis. So be careful. There's a lot of good food source. Deer aren't gonna run everything, so the pumas keep them in check. So mountain lions out here, that's a usual thing. I haven't seen one in probably about 3 or 4 years in the wild, but yeah, about 5 years ago I saw a puma, and that was in San Diego forest too. So I just let you know that up here I bet there's a bunch of them. But just food for thought. I didn't know this, but there's actually a forest range that goes all the way down to Mexico that pretty much hooks on to this little mountain range. So this mountain range goes all the way down to Cleveland National Forest and all that. There's jaguars down there. So in Mexico, they've seen jaguars starting to come up in the United States, in Arizona, in Texas, in other places. New Mexico? Yeah. Anyway, so just to let you know, I don't throw it out your mind. Think that a jaguar, another big mountain cat, could not come up here, because for sure I could see a jaguar come up here, especially if the food source is just growing. If we get a lot of deer, they eat a lot of grass, so if a lot of deer out here, think about it, someone got to take them down. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and silence myself and just enjoy the rest of the video. This is what it takes. Just fun little trail. I will say, for beginners wise, there is crazier. The mud was crazy, so if you coming out here, at least have 2-wheel drive, have a locking rear diff. But there's a lot of mud for sure. You need 4-wheel drive. I saw Jeeps coming out of this thing covered in mud. So be safe out there. Wear your gear, stuff like that. Just get out here and distance yourself from everybody. Take a day off, go in the mountains. When the mountains be calling, we must go answer. So enjoy, have a good one. See you later, YouTube. Deuces.